Every shrub, every tree in this area, with the exception of the grapefruit and the orange trees, have been planted by the hand of men in here in the last 7 months. I'm not going to take this time to thank them individually. There are men on this platform who are members of our organization who've had faith with Mr. Curtis and the rest of us to go ahead with this venture. But there are many in the audience today who from the very start put their hearts and their hands and their efforts, long hours, to make this what it is today. And I thank each and every one of you. Something of this nature cannot be put into being in a moment with all the money in the world. It takes imagination, it takes planning, it takes someone who thinks ahead. In this instance, we've been fortunate, I have been fortunate, in a friend, Mr. Kenneth Curtis, whom I've known since 1914 when he was a student at the University of Wisconsin, that he, through his association with his father down here over many years, I always mention the years and then he corrects me, I've made a mistake. But he's been down here a good many years, and for a number of those years, 12 or 15, he has been thinking about something for this particular spot on Phantom Grove. And up to about a year and a half ago, he had no idea that the central theme of this attraction, or a charm spot as you call it in Florida, there would be such an object as the Leonardo da Vinci's great masterpiece. I would like to have those of you who do not know Mr. Curtis to meet him on this occasion. Mr. Curtis.
Thank you, Mr. Whiteside, our board of directors, and distinguished guests. I wish you all could share with me the supreme thrill of gratitude I now have to see born into reality a plan conceived many years ago for the development of this charming spot in Florida. This very location was chosen by Chief Tallahassee before the white man came as the Indian capital of Florida. This exposition in its planning needed an attraction which would be the keynote for all that followed. My search for this attraction ended when I first saw this wonderful exact copy in mosaic of Leonardo da Vinci's immortal Last Supper at the International Trade Show at Chicago, and first met our efficient and genial Executive Vice President, Mr. Gert A. Wagner, and arranged with him to bring this great masterpiece, The Last Supper, to Florida. At that time, Leonardo da Vinci meant merely the name of a great artist that was born 500 years ago. Since then, I have read many books about da Vinci, and now he is to me the symbol of vision itself. This great man conceived and recorded nearly 5 centuries ago the technological machine age we are only now in our lifetime. This mosaic seemed the perfect complement to our neighbor, Mr. Edward Bach's great singing tower. I have had this opinion confirmed by many friends. Yesterday, I received a letter which I shall read to you from Roger W. Babson, which he left in my postbox before leaving for the North. Dear Kenneth, this is dated April 13th. Many years ago, you unfolded your plan for Tower Bay to me. I told you I believed you could do it. Today, you showed me the preview of Leonardo da Vinci's 500th birthday celebration at the Great Masterpiece. This mosaic of the Last Supper is wonderful. You have captured for Florida an everlasting treasure. It should continue to elevate thinking and action, and as the original finally crumbles away, take the place thereof in the minds of the world. Florida is fortunate to have it. As your plans mature, I can predict that Tower Bay will also develop into an art center as well as the world's central memorial of Da Vinci. Let me especially commend to visitors the great tree jungle, which is fast becoming a true paradise of nature at its best. I wish you and your associates Godspeed in the fulfillment of this great vision. Signed, Roger W. Babson. In conclusion, I wish to say I am grateful to God, the source of all our guidance and power, in making possible this wonderful opening day. I wish to express my sincere appreciation to our board of directors and officers and workers who have done such a splendid job, not forgetting our advisory board, which includes many of the top showmen of America. God willing, the future should see this exposition expand into complete fulfillment, of which Florida will be justly proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth Curtis. And now I'd like to have you know, most of you do know him, but there are a lot of guests and friends from afar here today. Meet the mayor of Lake Wales, the city that with the warm heart that has given us not only a warm heart, but a warm handshake. And in many instances, Mayor R.J. Hainsworth has helped us greatly. I'd like to have you know him.